We work in conjunction with Vermont Department of Children and Families, their Economic Services Division and Fuel Assistance Program. And we have an articulation with the state, the Vermont State of Department of Forestries and Rec. So Department of Forestry, they do state harvests, state parks, and they work with loggers to take a piece of the harvested wood to bring to our wood bank. So we get about 60, the equivalent of 60 cord of log length wood from state harvests. It's been like Christmas every day, well, every time a package comes in, but we've got 2 pairs of beautiful chaps. Very excited about that. Some fancy chaps for the hand, tri-link. So I think we got 5 pairs of those. Oh, also, of course, the very important, locks, because we need to be secure. Then this is pretty neat. Moisture meter with a little pouch, which we've never used a moisture meter, so this is going to be a game changer for us. Oftentimes I hear the story of, wow, this person needs a lot of supports. You don't know the story behind a building. You know, there could be a crisis going on where they literally are, 1 paycheck away from losing the home or whatever.
Just helping or helping people is kind of what sparked this whole thing. We're used to getting up pretty early to go get coal. So we woke up at 2 o'clock and make an hour and a half drive, maybe 2-hour drive to go get in line for coal. So we're used to that. It's just when we got there, there was already a mile line, and we didn't even get wood ourselves. So we contacted the Forest Service, and we kind of did a distribution. They allowed us to distribute the wood that was up there. And that distribution ended up being almost 5,000 loads. We probably have about 5 to 10 volunteers come out as well to help. But a lot of the times they'll be helping, focus on helping the elderly that come out that don't have help. So we have help here and there. Why we do our wood is to help prepare our children, our future generations into not only heating their home, how to heat their home, but also how to help give back into the community and kind of keep them all connected in a way where they help one another out. But yeah, it's turned into a whole bigger thing of getting more wood, supplying more wood to the villages, supplying more wood to the people, and just kind of keeping the fire going, I guess.
Here we are at the wood lot, right? So I think 40% of Vermonters heat with some wood to some extent, and what we saw, like, to a large extent recently since COVID, is that a lot of families have started burning more wood or actually added a wood stove. Last year we helped 140 families, and we actually got most of our wood last year from the city of Burlington, and then Williston brought us another 10. And then I have one other tree service that they gave us like 3 logging trucks full. It takes like a good 8 hours of chainsawing to run splitters for 8 hours, especially with the new splitters that we got. The 2 that we got from the federal grant are like the fastest commercial log splitter, and they're unbelievable. They zip through firewood. It's like 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. We don't actually have like an income qualification purposefully. What we found was that there was a lot of people who had like just lost their job, and they're like, well, I'm not going to qualify because I made too much money last year. And so the idea was not to make people feel like bad.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Grapevine. This is our main building. We have a teen center across the street. This is our community tool shed. It was built conveniently right next to our wood shed. This is very much embedded in sort of the fabric of everything we do here. It's often a way that people first hear or learn about the Grapevine. What the Grapevine is about here is relationship. And so it's really important to us that, especially if someone's reaching out for the first time, that they feel a sense of trust and connection, no judgment, and really that it's about getting them the help and the resources they need. So we purchased a wood splitter, which is very exciting for us. and we purchased these brand new wheelbarrows and rakes. You know, sometimes we hear families saying they're just picking stuff off the ground at their houses that is wet and green, and that's a danger. That's dangerous. So, you know, we of course want to help them supplement and have dry wood to use.
Kennedy Wood Hauler started as a family business back from probably, I don't know, 88, 90, you know, just hauling wood for the house. And then after that, people finding out, and throughout the years, it just became more and more people in need. This is part of the work that we did so far. 21 cords. My visions and dreams of having wood here, you know, are coming, and we want to do the best that we can to get it out to the people. It was a rough year. People burning recliners, furniture, you know, their coffee tables, entertainment centers, clothing, shoes, and whatever they can get it. The ones with vehicles, trucks are the ones that get it most of the time, every distribution.
Yeah.
Our focus is to get to the elders, the lady, females, families that don't have the trucks to pick it up. So hopefully with collaborating with the Forest Service that we can get some kind of funding to get the guys to make these deliveries. Going that extra step to make sure they have it.
This is called the Kearsarge Neighborhood Partners Wood Ministry. We've been doing it for 11 years. Last year we did about 30 cords, and it's emergency wood, so we deliver it to people in emergency situations.
What truck do you use to make deliveries?
Well, we used the trailer that you so graciously provided the money for, and we also have people with trucks. So we've had days where we've had the trailer and 4 or 5 trucks just fan out and deliver wood in different directions. Yeah, that's our motto. It's not about the wood, because our organization looks to help people. Our vision is for people to have material, spiritual, and relational wellness. You know, as a community, we're trying to connect people. And so wood's a great vehicle to do that. But what we also do is we help them apply for fuel assistance, which in this area includes wood, so they can buy wood from local dealers and stuff. We try never to do something they could do for themselves, but we will sit down with them and help them fill out the application. Yeah.
The village itself, with its wood program, has always been something that has been in need. When you rely on it wholeheartedly when it is 15 degrees or below, and you need to call someone that's going to bring you some wood, that service is something that the Village of Walpi has been able to provide. So there's 3 different villages, which is Walpi. Walpi is from this far left that way.
Okay.
And Sitsomavi starts from that light pole to that light pole. And then it's Hano or Hanoki. So the grant impacted us a great deal. The sustainability of our program is going to increase over the years. We didn't have equipment that we should have already had. Chainsaws, or at least a heavy duty chainsaw that can go through bigger pieces of wood. We think we're going to buy some tarps for everybody so that they can cover it themselves and be able to store it. You know, we're having a shed being built within the week. Wood out here is looked at differently, and it's not only a need, it's something that our culture appreciates, and not all the energy is ever wasted.
We have about 30 half-cord drying racks here that hold the wood until the customers come and pick them up. And they have nice rubber membrane roofs, you know, to keep them dry. It's a pretty good drying situation. Last year we did about 28 half-cord. We give it out in half-cord units, so 14, 15 cords, but we could do more. We're looking to get more volunteers from the town, you know, muscle to do the lifting and the splitting. And we'll try to get more. I think with more labor, we could produce more cords for people. The tree committee is a appointed committee of the town, so, and we're volunteers. It might make sense in the future to break off a wood committee, a wood bank committee.
There's a movement afoot in Petersham, a village concept. I think it came out of Beacon Hill, which is to have neighbors help other neighbors stay in their own homes. So Petersham has something like that too. This wood bank started, like I said, I want to say 12 years ago. It was down in another spot. Then it just started to evolve into, I think, with Sean's help, becoming a little bit more professional. The typical user here is fairly elderly, not able to really split their own wood that well. We only let out wood that's dry enough to burn. It's on a first come, first served basis. Starts in October. You get a voucher from the town, and first come, first served. One household per month. It's on an honor system. We're not asking whether or not you can afford to buy wood. We're just saying if you're a town resident and you want wood, that's what we're here for. Everybody's going to get wood next year with a voucher. We'll also get a little kit bag with temperature for their flue, as well as addressable, or I should say a vocal smoke and carbon monoxide detector. So we're able to make things a little bit safer.
With the declaration of bankruptcy and the shutdown of the coal mine, both our heating source as well as a major chunk of tribal resources funding-wise just disappeared overnight. So that's what really spurred, at least here in the Southwest, a lot of the conversations is that we've got an excess of fuelwood on the forests, and we have a big need with the tribal communities, which are just pretty much right down the road. It's changing an entire economy from an extractive kind of privately owned business, which was coal extraction, to more of a renewable resource, which is, you know, fielding and employing our young people on our forest management practices and providing the resources that we can. So what we applied for funding for is to complement the new piece of equipment that we have is an ATV. So just increasing our production potential by just adding in some of this machinery and pieces of equipment. There's an extreme lack of jobs, especially jobs for young people. So us as Ancestral Lands, we're the largest youth employment provider on the reservation. To me, that's the most rewarding part about all this work is the young people that we get to work with, the skill sets that we build into them, and of course providing back to the community.